So we are about to complete this course, and that is sixth topic what we are covering today, law of karma. After that, we'll have two more topics. So without delaying further, let us go into the discussion of this topic. There are so many questions which runs in everyone's mind at different times. So there are certain things which you can choose in our life. Can anybody help me noting down things what we can choose in our lives, the things which we can choose, we have some control over. So what are the things we can choose in our life? Anybody would like to? Our reactions we can choose. Very beautiful.
How you feel, we can choose how you feel, what do you want to be in your life, and relationship with your family.
Yeah, we can choose relationship with our family. We can choose accept reality. We can choose sorrow, happiness. We can choose what we can be. Anything else? What we can choose? Choose means free will. Choose means something I can willingly choose between twos. We can choose what we can eat, right? We can't choose
We
how
can,
much we can. We can choose what we
yeah,
can eat. So there are certain things in our life which we can choose. We can choose our friends. We can choose. We can't choose circumstances. Yes, very beautiful. So there are certain things which we can choose, and there are certain things which we cannot choose. So can you please help me pointing out things which we cannot choose in our
Your
lives, the things which we cannot choose?
family.
Family. What else we cannot choose? Arjun has to say
circumstances,
something.
situations prevailing in our life.
Situations prevailing in our life. Yes,
When
we
we were
cannot choose
born.
birth and death. Yes, Arjun.
When we were born.
Yes, where we were born, our family, how other people behave. We can choose response to other people's behavior, but we cannot choose how people are gonna behave. Yes. So there are certain things which we can choose, and there are certain things which we cannot choose. Like all of you said, we can choose which what you want to eat today. We can choose what color clothes you want to wear, what you want to wear. You can choose the interiors of your house. You can choose which color of car you want to have. Right? So you can choose all these different things. But there are certain things which we cannot choose. What we can't choose? We cannot choose where we were born. We cannot choose who will be my parents. We cannot choose we cannot choose the color complexion I have, white or black. We cannot choose how much amount of intelligence we have. We can use whatever intelligence is been given, but we really cannot choose how much intelligence do we have. In a class, we will have 10 students. Everybody would have different grasping power. We cannot choose our the sometimes very important relationships. We think we choose our partners, but we really don't choose our partners. Whatever choice life provides us, we just choose among between both between them. We cannot choose who will be my children, whether male or female, what kind of intelligence my children will have. So something which I can choose and something which I cannot choose. So now my question is, who choose what we cannot choose? Who choose the things for us what we cannot choose for ourselves?
God.
God.
Our
Okay.
destiny,
Destiny. Okay. Anything else?
Circumstances.
Circumstances. But who creates those circumstances is an important question. So another question for you. So sometimes we see some people who are very, very good in their life. The people who are very good, and we see invariably wrong thing happens with them. Not so good thing happens with them. And the people who are little bad, they don't have courtesies, they do bad thing to people. And we see all good things are happening to bad people. So why the good things are happening to bad people and the bad things are happening to good people? What's the answer?
Actually, as
So I
what
have two.
I
Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, actually, what I think, according to my whatever learning or knowledge or whatever I think, it is because we believe in reincarnation. It is there because like how they have they were been in their last birth. जन्म आई मीन लाइक आई कैन से इन हिंदी की लास्ट पिछले जन्म में वो जो उन्होंने कर्म किए हैं, तो इस जन्म में उसको उनको वो पुण्य मिल गए, बट अगले जन्म में जाकर फिर वो क्या होंगे वो पता नहीं है। लेकिन अभी जो है तो वो पिछले जन्म में उन्होंने लाइक दे डिड वेरी सम बैड थिंग्स, मे बी सम बैड थिंग्स, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे हैव टू repay whatever they did in that birth. So that's why I think that's what I think. That's just my I think.
Let us try to understand. Let us try to understand what are these dynamics which are playing out here. I hope all of you are getting my questions for all of you. Why bad things are happening to good people and good things are happening to bad people, and who chooses what we don't choose. For example, what body are we going to get next? This is a very powerful being. Which species will I be born into? I don't know. So some people have this ideology. Okay, the endeavor is equal to results. How much ever amount of effort we put, that much amount of end results I am going to get. One philosophy of understanding this is that if I work hard, then I will get the good results. Do you all agree with this philosophy? If I put
Yes.
hard work, if I put a lot of endeavor, then I'm going to get good results. Not necessarily. So, first ranker, there'll be one first ranker, right? In your class, in any domain. One CEO, one owner, one founder. So do you think other people have not put similar amount of effort or more effort than the person who is standing first in their class? There might have been many, many other students who might have put more effort in their studies, in their professional life, in their relationships. Do the people who put more endeavor always become successful or always get what they deserve?
No, not necessary.
No, not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily. So the idea is, if we think that my endeavor, if I study hard, if I work day and night, then I am going to get a good results. This philosophy is not right. Because there are people who might have not done a lot of hard work, but they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. A person who might have worked whole of their lifetime very hard, but at the end they just end up becoming homeless. Like recently we were reading these beautiful examples in our Indian continent, Indian country. A person who was the owner of a Raymond company. Raymond is a very big company in India, clothing manufacturing company. So his owner happened to become homeless. So whole of his lifetime he worked very hard. Whole of his lifetime he was creating this company, and at the end he got the result of becoming homeless. You can just imagine. So not necessarily effort we put is going to be a similar proportionate amount of results. So another philosophy can be to explain that results comes by chance. It just happens on its own. So how many of you believe in this philosophy? Everything is happening by chance, and Sachin Tendulkar got Padma Shri or whatever Khel Ratan award just by chance. He became the god of cricket just by chance. How many of you believe this? That everything is happening by chance. I was born into certain family by chance. I got married to somebody by chance. I'm getting certain kind of intelligence by chance. I get money by chance. It's all happening it's all randomly happening. If that was the case, then a person, let's say for an instance, we had just cricket match, World Cup cricket in 2023. Australia won the cricket World Cup 2023. We can say all the Australian cricket team won because of by chance. And because they won by chance, we will not be giving trophy to Australia. Can we say that? Or man of the series, he or he became man of the series by chance. So let us not give this trophy. Let us take the money back. Let us take the award back from him. It is by
No,
chance.
we
Do we
cannot
say
say
that?
that. No.
We cannot say that. So what's the then? How do we explain different phenomena which are happening in my life? Who is choosing on what basis what I'm going to become or what I'm going to get? That is known as law of karma, law of action and reaction. So the idea is this law of karma explains everything, whatever is happening and whatever is not happening in our life. So what is law of karma? Primarily, there are certain laws which exist both on the gross platform and on a subtle platform. Like we have law of gravitation. So was law of gravitation formed when Newton discovered that there is apple fall towards the earth? Was law of gravitation came into existence when Einstein discovered it? No, it was existing even before that. Even before Newton observed the apple falls from the tree towards the earth, even before that it was falling toward the earth on the ground. So law of gravitation was existing even though we were not aware of it. So our awareness or our ignorance does not decide whether the law exists or not. Similarly, the law of karma exists whether we know it or we don't know it. And law of karma simply says what comes around goes around. It is third law of Newton physics. For every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Whatever kind of action we performed in our life, similar kind of reactions I'm going to get in my life. So let's say if I perform the action of hurting somebody in my previous lifetimes, I would get similar kind of reactions. So that is very, very important to understand here is that we discuss that we are eternal soul, we never dies, we always exist. And we also discuss the philosophy of reincarnation, that how we as a spirit soul had a previous lifetime and will have another lifetime. So this lifetime is only a small fraction, small moment of fraction in our eternal journey. So since it is soul who is acting and it is soul who is continuing, so the action that the soul performs in the previous lifetimes, we get the reaction in the next lifetimes. Immediately. Depends what kind of actions we are performing. So now the question can come, if it is all happening by my luck, by my destiny, by my karma, then I am simply like a robot. And I do not have any free will. I cannot choose anything. The law of karma can become very fatalistic in nature, isn't it? So if everything is happening by chance, everything is happening by law of karma, then what is the position or what is the role of my activity? What is the role of my endeavor? So now here we understand the dynamics between free will and destiny. I think recently I was speaking with Rajshekhar who is on this call. The dynamics which we play out between destiny and free will. So the free will means, as I think Glory mentioned in the chat section, the choice means my response to situation. The situation comes because of my karma, but how do I respond to that? It comes because of my reaction to it. It's because that is my choice. Somebody comes and hits you. That is a karma. But how do you respond to that person is your free will. You are into some great situation, that is your good karma. But how do you use that is your reaction, it is your choice, free will. So necessarily the karma is rooted in your choice, because the karma which I am going to make tomorrow, it is going to be based upon what activity I am doing today. How I am responding to my situations, those response will be recorded, and that will become my next lifetime karma. So even what karma I am facing today, that is the choice which has been recorded, what I made in my past. In my past lifetime, or in my past, whatever we call it as, in the previous, before that, before we are now at this point of time, we made some choices, and those choices got recorded and they became as a form of karma. So my choice decides what kind of karma I'm going to get. So necessarily it is all choice. The choice which I'm making now will make my future destiny. So that is how we understand the role of a choice. So in that sense, our karma can be changed. Our karma can be changed, and we can understand that how, by responding to my destiny now, I can change my future destiny. So it is said that there's a verse which comes in. Let me come to this. Yes, it is said that there are three types of karma. This fourth chapter, 17th verse, talks about three kinds of karma. So because before we understand that what is good karma, what is bad karma, so just to give you a brief, anything good which happens to us, we get a good body, we get a good health, we get good relationship, we get good money, we get good intelligence, we get good parents, we get good partner. Anything what good happens to us is because of my good deeds. And whatever bad is happening to me, chronic health issues, working hard but not getting results, having not having good partnership, not having good childrens, or not having good intelligence, or not being able to have good life, that is because of the misdeed what we did. So now the question comes, okay, if I do good things will happen to me. If I do bad thing will happen to me. But who decides what is good and what is bad? On what basis? If I know that is good, I will do only good. But because I do not know on what basis the thing become good, on what basis things becomes bad, so I will not be able to have optimum utilization of my energies. So now Krishna clarifies that there exist three types of karma. So what are the three types of karma? Let us hear from Krishna himself in the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Karmano hi abhi bodhavyam cha vikarmanah, akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. What does this verse says? It says, the intricacies of actions are hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. So that is first kind of karma. The karma which we do according to the Vedic scriptures. The karma, the action which we perform according to the law of universe, that becomes the good karma. And that good karma helps us going higher and higher and higher in the in terms of higher and higher conscious being. And the vikarma means the something which I do which are against the which are against the universe law of universe, which are against the injunction of Vedic literatures. That is known as vikarma. Third type of karma, the karma which helps us overcoming all the karmas. The karmas which helps me cutting down the note itself, that becomes inaction. So now let me explain you this a little bit with one example. Let's say you're working in one company, you're working in one organization. So if you follow the rules, regulations of that organization, what happens? You'll get promoted. If you follow what you're supposed to be following, if you please your boss, if you do things at the right time, you'll keep on getting promotion. But if you don't do what organization want you to do, and you do opposite, you do things which are not allowed for you to do in an organization, then what happens? Either you become demoted, either you are fired, right? So in a company, we should do something. If you do that thing, then we get promotion, and if you don't do certain things, we got demoted. Two reactions, right? Two situation. But you can also do certain things being in that company, which can enable you to come out of company and you start your own company, right? You can upgrade your skills, you can work more harder, you can develop more networking, you can have some extra income coming in, so that you can acquire more skills, you can do take more courses, you can enhance your capabilities. If you do that, you can have your own company existing after some time, you can have your own startup. You came out of that company itself. Similarly, if we do certain good things in this universe, that becomes karma, good karma, and with the good karma, we get good results. If we do something bad, then we get bad results. But is there something which we do that we go out of the universe itself? We don't have to take any reaction to our activities. Yes. The inaction, the activity of spiritual life helps us cutting down all type of karmas and helps us becoming liberated. That becomes akarma. Akarma means inaction. Inaction means action on the spiritual platform. So anything which you do good, good will happen to you. But the point is, if you do good, good will happen to you. So when we have the good life, we get intoxicated by that. And when we get intoxicated by good life, then we end up doing something wrong. And when we do something wrong, the wrong result comes out of it. You're understanding? So now akarma, as Lakshmi is asking the example of inaction, the example of inaction is anything which you do which helps you growing spiritually. Any action, like we did chanting last time, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is an inaction. Reading Bhagavad Gita, understanding about soul is an inaction. Doing service to humanity in terms of preaching, in terms of giving this knowledge to the people is inaction. Contributing or supporting any activity which is spreading that spiritual vibration in the whole world is inaction. So any action which helps you or somebody else growing spiritually, that becomes inaction. I hope that is clear for you. So what I was explaining is that when we get intoxicated by the good life, the luxurious life, we sometimes become insensitive and we end up doing something wrong with that hallucination of good life. And in those cases, you will do something wrong unknowingly. And then when you do something wrong, you have to gets suffering of that bad reaction. So in this way, either good or bad will simply bind you with this world. But if we can do inaction, the action which are to uplift me or somebody else spiritually, that becomes inaction which can cut down all your karmas. So that is the meaning of 3 types of karmas. Let us move forward. So we have, yeah. Any question till now? Anybody have any doubts, any questions? Let us discuss, because I have few more things to discuss. Let us see if that comes in during question answer sessions.
Prabhuji, I have a question that if someone in your family or who you are always surrounded by someone, and if you don't get good vibes from them and feeling jealous out of them, jealousy for them, how can I get rid of that? And I'm because making more bad karmas out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, you're asking is that if somebody in my family become jealous of me, then my
Not
reactions
No.
will not.
Yeah, if I am jealous of someone, not like you can say, if I don't get good vibe from them, I always feel very negative vibe from them, and I am also getting more negative. How can I be not affected or don't feel jealous about them and not make bad karmas for myself?
Yeah. Basically, what you're saying is how to avoid ourselves, how to shield ourselves from others people's energy so that we don't do anything bad.
Yes, that's my question.
So basically, what we have to understand is that two things that helps me connecting to the another point. What I want to discuss is known as connected karma.
Okay.
There is some karma. It is said that the people whom you live closest with, you
Mhm,
have the most karma to exchange with that person.
mhm,
If you're living with your husband, you- like say most closest relationship, husband, wife, children, parents, brothers, sisters, in a family we are living together. So we have
mhm,
some very strong karma connected to each other that we are paying off in this lifetime.
mhm,
So if first of all accepting, yes, if this person is around me and if I
mhm,
cannot do anything about it, then it is my karma.
mhm,
One thing, accepting it is my karma. If I cannot do anything about my people who who are very close with me, I have to accept that as my karma. Then after accepting my karma, we have to develop knowledge. We have to develop what is right, what is wrong. And we also have to, or we should also try to develop that strength, positive strength, so that I don't get impacted by that person. So that is a deeper work what we have to do on ourselves by making our practice of spiritual life more and more intense.
that's fine.
With the more intense of spiritual practices, the more I can stand in a point wherein I don't become influenced by other person.
Yeah.
Third thing is we have to forgive that person if that person is doing something wrong to us, and also take action to protect yourself.
Mhm,
If knowingly or unknowingly that person doing something harm to you, then you have to forgive that person, understanding he is in ignorance or she is in ignorance. But note that you allow that person to do same thing. You protect yourself externally by making boundaries, and you protect yourself internally by not letting that person remain in your mind also. So there are many dynamics which works around this area. We have to see specific situation to situation how we can deal with that. I hope that clarifies your question.
Thank you very, very much. It really clarifies.
Yes. Anybody else have any other doubts? Any question related to this topic? Topic of karma?
I just have one question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
It is just, I know it is just my personal. If later I can call you, I don't know if it is, you can let me know if it is different or. So what I think is like, yeah, we are talking about that in our former birth, we we did something and then did something wrong, and then in this birth we are getting the results, whatever. I totally believe that too. But only thing is that I don't remember what I did. So at this life, those were bad people, like they are doing bad things, but still they are so happy, so living their life. So how does it matter? Like in this life, they are like, and the other people, those who are really good, they are like kind, humble, um, all the with all moralities, but still they are not they are not happy, or they are suffering at some time, some bit.
Yeah.
So that thought is always with me. I um I don't know how to like what to, if you can understand. I don't know if you understood that, but
Yeah,
I
basically what you're saying is
because we
that
don't remember. Yeah.
yeah, basically what you're saying is I don't remember what did I do wrong. Where did I go wrong? And if I don't remember
Yes.
where did I go wrong, why should I be punished for that? And there are so many people who are doing bad, but they are enjoying their life. But the
Yeah,
people who
and they
are
will not remember. They will also not remember, right?
they don't remember. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So now there are two different dynamics to this question. The one dynamic is understanding that there are three types of different stages of karma fructification. That karma fructifies at three different stages, and three different stages which are known as Kuta, Bija, Phala. Kuta, Bija, Phala, it means the results or the karma which are in the seeds form, like seed, in a seed form. And there are karma which are in the form of sown seed. Kuta, Bija. Bija means
Got it.
it is already sown in the tree, on the earth. And then we have Phala. Phala means the reaction, the karma, which are just giving me fruits. So my karma, whatever karma I do, progresses and comes to me through these three different stages. So what karma I am talking about is only talking about the karma of fruit, not bija and kuta. So phala means something which is ready to eat. Now I will give an example how you can understand this. Let's say I know that if I touch fire, my finger will get burnt, or I don't know. If me knowingly or unknowingly put my hand into the fire, will I get burnt immediately or after some time? Or may not be because I don't know.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Even though you know, even though you don't know, you will get immediately burnt. Immediately you get fruit. Phala, mil gaya, khatam. There are some reaction, let's say, you wants to convert milk into curds. Okay, how do we convert milk into curds? By putting some tamarind or putting some lemon or something, some sour thing. Will you get immediately? You touch sour thing with milk and immediately there's a curds in front of you. It
You
takes
have to
time,
wait.
maybe overnight. It will take time after 1 day or 2 day, right? It takes some time. Third example is, let's say you say, okay, in my courtyard, in my garden, I want to have the mango fruits grown in my own garden and I want it tomorrow. Will this happen?
No.
You have to sow the seed,
No,
you have to
it
put
will take
water,
time.
slowly the tree will come out and then you will get the fruit. So thinking is first stage, acting, sowing the seed is second stage, and third stage is getting the fruit itself. You thought, let me have mango grown in my own garden. That is first level of karma. Second level of karma, actually sowing the seed and watering it. And third stage is the final stage is getting the fruit of it. So when a bad person is getting good results, he's sowing the seed of bad karma, which may not necessarily give him the bad fruit immediately.
Mm.
but he may be reaping the good fruit of his previous karma,
Mm.
right? And one understanding. Second understanding is the good person may be doing good now, but in the previous lifetime he might have done something wrong.
That is that is what we are
Now,
suffering from.
now I will come to that
Something
question. I will come to this question now. That why things happen to me, although things I don't remember. I've been punished for something which I don't remember now. So there comes the question of learning lessons in your life and growing out of those lessons. So me as a soul has done something wrong. There's some deficiency in my understanding which made me something wrong. Means I have not sufficiently grown to learn my lessons that I should not do this. Even though you remember, even though you don't remember, that fault is still there with you. And me as a human being in this form of life, the purpose is to grow. If purpose is to grow, and I have done something wrong which I don't remember, if I get the reaction out of it and I learn a lesson, will help me in my growth. So it is about rectification of consciousness. I have done something wrong with my faulty consciousness. Oh, I can exploit somebody. I can exploit somebody. That idea is still there. You might have done something wrong in the previous lifetime with the same idea. I can exploit somebody, but same exploitation idea still exists with you. So to rectify that faulty idea from your consciousness, we have to suffer so that we can learn the lesson and we can rectify that consciousness. Known as learning the lessons from your mistakes. Mistakes means the root cause of mistake is still there. That is faulty thinking. So unless that faulty thinking is being rectified, for an instance, if a citizen think I can go against the government, I can do whatever I want, I can drive on the right left side, right? I can think, oh, I can drive on the left side. So thinking like this, I can drive on the left side, he meet with an accident and he just hit somebody. So although, okay, let's say he's been forgiven, but by forgiving that person, will he learn the lesson that I should not drive on the left but on the right? When he's being given punishment, it is to remind him that you did something wrong and it is your responsibility to know what wrong you did so that you don't do it next time and you become a better citizen in that way.
Yes, as a teacher, I can say that if no consequences, they never learn.
Yes.
We have to give them consequence.
Even though you remember or don't remember, the root of that wrong reaction, the faulty thinking still exists, and by that punishment, we are rectifying our thinking, which is learning a lesson and growing out of it. Hope that clarifies the whole dynamics what you had in your mind.
Yes.
Anybody else have any other doubts? Any question? Anybody else have? So we discussed about connected karma. We also have to understand about collective karma. Okay, I am doing something wrong. The reaction should come to me. But what about having tsunami? What about having earthquakes? What about floods? What about like so many thousands of people killed at one time? What about that? Whose fault is this? Is it one individual fault or the whose fault is this? How do we understand this? So that is known as concept of collective karma. Sometime when the collectively people of one society, one country, one city perform similar kind of karma, like COVID happened. Whose karma was that? Was it my karma, your karma, whose karma? It was known as collective karma. Collective karma means many people in same geographical location performing similar kind of action, performing similar kind of activities. So they share the common karma. And when they share the common karma, the universe have designed things in such a way that one activity or one reaction, everybody will be cleared off. How we can understand this? Mass killing happens of human beings. The mass killing of animals in slaughterhouses is an action. So many people are involved in mass killing of animals at bulk in different ways, right? So that's the action from human beings towards animal, and animals are suffering. Where their suffering go, it will come to each and every person who are involved in that chain, and that will become the mass killing of human beings. At masses, things will destroyed. That is known as collective karma. At some point, people have like extreme heat or extreme cold. Everybody in this area suffers because the person who were born in that area had similar kind of karma. Flood happens, like thousands of people get swiped in one moment. Similar people, like say earthquake happened. Somebody who was in a very difficult situation will not die. Will come out. He'll be saved. I remember there was one person, I think in Chennai, and that person was buried, is buried in that particular debris, in that all chaos for 10 days. 10 days he was alive. 11th day he came back alive. So some people who was there could come back, and many people who were not there, they just happened to be there, they died. I have seen many situations wherein a person was not supposed to be there, he just happened to be there and he died. And the person who was supposed to be there but not happened to be there, he got saved. I heard many stories in the 9/11 case. Many people who were not supposed to be there, but they happened to be there, they died. And many people who were supposed to be their offices, but they didn't go, this got saved. So the universe has exact is perfect law. Whomever, wherever they were supposed to be, they were there. So nothing happens by chance. That was a idea of collective karma. I think Lori had some question. How can I help someone that it seems that no matter what they do, their karma is not their favor? How can I help someone that it seems I'm not clear with your question, what you're trying to how-
I can unmute myself real quick. What I mean is I have friends that are going through maybe some difficult times, and from the outside, right, from what I can see, they're trying really hard or they're doing the right things, but they still, they're still struggling. Like, how could I help someone else if it's not my own karma, right? But if someone else's.
Yes. So basically what you're saying is how can you help somebody, and somebody whom you are very close with, whom you feel for, they're trying to do certain things which is not working out for them, and they are really struggling. Every right things they're doing, it is like not like seems to be working out for them. How can I help them? The one thing what you can help them with is to help them understanding their lessons. Help them understanding, connecting somehow or other to spirituality, or help them connecting to a source which can wipe out their karma, because karma is very powerful force, and the karma can be extinguished or can be nullified, can be remedied only by understanding lessons from them. The sooner we learn lessons out of karma, the faster we get rid of them. For an example, if let's say I committed a crime, I killed somebody, and then I was behind bars, supposed to be behind bars for 14 years. Let's imagine. But after going to jail, my behavior changes. I become a good prisoner. I start abiding by laws of government, and I understand my mistake. I am able to rectify myself. Sometimes they are released before 14 years, in 5 years, 10 years, or depends, right? The only way we can get rid of karma is by learning what lessons they are teaching me. And how do we learn? Is by understanding the knowledge of the divine, understanding the purpose of life, somehow or other connect to the spiritual guidance, connect to spiritual activities, because inaction has the power to cut down all the actions. And in inaction, the activity of spirituality itself is a very, very powerful force which can burn out all the karmas by giving us those lessons very quickly than by actually going through that. So there's a verse which comes in Brahma Samhita, Karmani nirdahati kintucha bhakti bhaja. That my karma, if they're like seeds, if I fry those seeds in a fire, will they still be able to give me fruits? No. If I fry the seeds, they cannot give me fruits. Similarly, the fire of devotion, the fire of knowledge, the fire of spiritual development can burn out all the karmas and can release that person real quick. So the answer is somehow or other getting him in touch with the spiritual knowledge, guidance, spiritual activities that will serve them the best. In that way, it become the best service of anybody to anybody. What is important? Spiritual activity or duty towards family? So it's not an individual question, or it is not like objective question in that way. Here we have to understand integration. How do we integrate spiritual activities toward the duties toward my families? So yes, as a mother, my duty towards my families, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a whatever, as a sister towards my family. So how do I stand on the principles of a spiritual life and continue doing my duties towards my families? So spiritual life does not mean you have to remove something from your life. Spiritual life simply means you have to add something. Srila Prabhupada gives an example. Let's say you can have different zeros. You can have 1 0, you can have 2 0, you can have 5 zeros. Even though you have 10 zeros, the value will remain 0. But it can gain immense value if you simply add 1 in front of all the zeros. The moment you add 1 in front of all the zeros, it will gain immense amount of value. Similarly, when we spiritualize our family responsibilities, if I spiritualize my duty towards my family, the same duty will help you performing spiritual action. So it is all about integrating spirituality in my life, not disintegrating anything from my life. So how can we do? It's a very specific question. We have to understand that I always discuss this example of primary ego and the secondary ego. So we can add spirituality by, let's say, we are chanting Krishna's name, we are reading Bhagavad Gita. So if we act on the principles of Bhagavad Gita, and if you try to involve Bhagavad Gita in your family life, try to teach to your family members, or make them beneficiary in some form or other, that is adding spirituality to your family life. Let's say you are chanting, you involve everybody in chanting. Or when you offer you eat anything, you can offer that food to Krishna first, offer to the God first, offer the prayers or bless the food first, and you can distribute to your family. As a family duty, one of the prime family duties is to cook food for the family, and that food you can offer to the God, you can bless the food, and you can distribute to everybody. That is like distributing, spirituality to each and every person, because it becomes spiritualized. And using resources of your family for spreading the spiritual activities, or involving everybody at least for 10 minutes, sitting together and discussing Bhagavad Gita or chanting together Krishna's name. That's how we can perform spirituality. As a mother, if we're teaching to our kids, we can teach how to become a good human being. We can teach them the lessons of Bhagavad Gita. That is how you can involve spirituality in your family. As a wife, you can help your husband to understand something. As a husband, you can help your wife. So different ways, dynamically, we can use different principles. It's become just a matter of application. The principle remains same. With each and everyone's life may be different, and with that it has to be customized. But the principle is same. Adding is spirituality. In what way? That is a matter of understanding in more detail. I hope that clarifies you, Lakshmi.
Yeah, thanks.
Anybody else have any other doubts? Any other questions? I think we are good from here. So just a small to announcement for all of you. Very soon starting Bhagavad Gita classes for the kids, and we would be sending information on the WhatsApp. Anybody who's interested in teaching their kids Bhagavad Gita will be starting a new course separately for them. And also we have a mantra chanting groups wherein we support everybody. We have a group chanting wherein we support each one of you to practice spiritual life every day at least for 10 minutes. We will also be sharing the link for that in the group. You can join that. And now we'll be chanting one round of Hare Krishna mantra for the 108 times together, performing act of inaction, performing spirituality here in the live movement. I hope all of you are ready and excited to chant together for the next 10 minutes so that we practically apply the principle of karma in action, and we can get benefited immediately by performing this activity of meditation on mantra meditation.
Wonderful.
So let us chant together. Now I'll be have this mala with me. I'll be chanting on the beats. You can all chant along with me. You can chant with me, and the mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. This mantra we chant and we hear. You can hear your own sounds. Wherever you are, you can chant along with me and hear your own voice. Only three rules: chanting not in the mind but chanting loudly. Second thing is hearing the mantra, and third thing is remaining focused with that. The chant and hear with a focus is the only way by which this chanting is performed. So we'll start from 3, 2, 1, start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare